Las Vegas Sands made more money from Asia than from Las Vegas, and that wasn't an accident. In 1989, Sheldon Adelson was 56 years old and had already failed at several ventures. He'd sold a computer trade publication. He'd lost money on real estate, but he had one insight: casinos didn't have to be about gambling anymore. And here's the trick: he realized it before anyone else did. The industry was selling the wrong product. For decades, Las Vegas casinos followed the same playbook. Build a floor, fill it with slot machines and tables, count the money. The Flamingo, the Sands, the Golden Nugget, they all operated on the same logic. Gambling was the engine. Everything else, the hotel room, the restaurant, the show, was just packaging to keep people on the property longer. Adelson looked at that model and saw waste. Why build a casino if gambling was the only product? Why not build something bigger, a destination? A reason to travel across the world. He called it the integrated resort. Hotel, casino, shopping, restaurants, convention space, theaters, all under one roof, all owned by the same company. Exhibit 1, the Venetian, opened in 1999. It cost $5 billion, more than twice what traditional casinos cost to build. But Adelson didn't fill it with cheap rooms, suites only. Every room had a living area, every room was expensive. The casino floor was actually smaller as a percentage of total space than competitors. The math looked insane on a spreadsheet. Lower gambling revenue per square foot, higher operating costs. But here's where the trick reveals itself: the per-guest spending went up, not because people gambled more, because they paid for everything: the room, the meal, the show, the spa, the shopping. The casino became a loss leader, not the profit center. Exhibit 2, Adelson's real genius wasn't in Las Vegas, it was in Macau. In 2002, Las Vegas Sands opened the Venetian Macau. Most analysts thought he was crazy. Macau was a Portuguese colony with no gaming infrastructure, no wealthy clientele, no tourism ecosystem. But Adelson had studied the numbers. China's middle class was exploding. Wealth was concentrating in coastal cities, and Macau sat on the border. It became a legal gambling hub for mainland Chinese who couldn't gamble at home. Within 5 years, Macau's gaming revenue exceeded Las Vegas. Within 10, it was double. Here's what most people miss: Adelson didn't chase the gambling, he chased the customer. The integrated resort model meant that a high roller from Shanghai or Beijing didn't come to gamble. He came to experience luxury, to conduct business, to show status. Gambling was part of the experience, not the reason for it. Exhibit 3, the revenue breakdown. By 2008, Las Vegas Sands generated more operating profit from Macau than from Las Vegas. Not more revenue, more profit. The margins were higher. The customer lifetime value was higher. The occupancy rates were higher. Everything about the Asian model was more efficient. This wasn't luck. Adelson had designed it. The integrated resort wasn't cheaper to build, but it was more profitable to operate. It diversified revenue streams. It created multiple reasons for customers to stay longer and spend more. And it turned what should have been a cyclical commodity business into something defensible. Exhibit 4, the geographic expansion. After Macau proved the model worked, Adelson moved into Singapore, then the Philippines, then Japan. Each time he built the same thing: luxury-focused, convention-heavy, integrated resorts in high-growth Asian markets. Each time the margins exceeded Las Vegas. By 2010, the company's total market cap had crossed $40 billion. Most of that value came from properties outside the United States. A Las Vegas casino company had become an Asian hospitality conglomerate. The business model had flipped. And here's the final trick: the debt structure. Traditional casinos carried massive debt because the business was cyclical. Adelson structured Las Vegas Sands differently. The integrated resorts generated steady, year-round revenue from hotels, food, retail, and conventions. That stability meant lower borrowing costs and higher credit ratings. The company borrowed at better rates than competitors. It could weather downturns that would bankrupt traditional casinos. When the 2008 financial crisis hit, Las Vegas Sands had the liquidity to survive. Many competitors didn't. So what was the actual innovation? Not the building, not the location. The innovation was the cash flow model. Adelson realized that a casino business didn't have to be a gambling business. It could be a luxury hospitality business that happened to include gambling. That shift in thinking, in where the money actually came from, changed the entire industry. Competitors eventually copied the model. But by then, Las Vegas Sands had first-mover advantage in Asia. The company owned the best properties in the highest growth markets. The integrated resort model became the industry standard. But Adelson had already built a $70 billion empire on the insight that everyone else had missed. The lesson isn't about casinos, it's about following the cash. Where does the money actually come from? What are customers really paying for? Adelson looked at a gambling business and saw a hospitality business. He followed that insight to Asia before anyone else did. and he built an empire on being right about what people actually wanted to spend money on. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe for more forensic breakdowns of the business decisions that built the world's most enduring empires. There's a new one every week. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.